So today we will be discussing some things that some tips and some things that can help you fill a sketchbook or that can just help you with your drawing in general. So let's get started. So one thing you do need to focus on when you are drawing is your style. You may have heard this everywhere before and you may think that it's a load of crud, but this can actually help you in the way that you draw, because not everybody draws the same. We all have different hands. We all have different ways of holding our pencil. So to start with, your style, like, it may vary from what you are drawing. Like, say you are drawing maybe flowers and your style just happens to be like you don't go in the same order that I do. Like, you may start with the center first and then do the petals. But this just happens to be my style of how I do things. And therefore, it's very helpful to find your style. You may not think that you have one, but if you have been drawing over time, or you're just a beginner and you start getting into drawing more, you may realize that you do actually have a style, because when you look at other people's artwork, it looks different compared to yours. So that is one thing I did want to point out, and how that can affect your drawing would be, so when you're drawing people, or if you just don't like drawing people, or you prefer more of an anime style, mine's kind of a mix between a fashion designing and anime style, kind of like a realist type of thing. But the way that I always draw, I always start with the head. I mean, a circle, obviously, and then just kind of do a plus, and then draw the actual face shape. And then from there, you can move on to the neck or just the body in such ways. So that is the one thing that I did want to point out, that does actually matter when you are trying to fill a sketchbook. However, if you do not like your style, you may want to try to change it, and some tips with that might be changing your steps in trying to draw, or the actual things that you're using to draw. Like the pencil you're using, the way you hold your pencil, or the way that you move your hand. But otherwise, that was basically the one thing I did want to cover. Next thing I did want to say, for a starting artist that hasn't found their unique style yet, you may want to try like coloring, or actually just referencing stuff and trying to doodle it out yourself. I actually find that doodling or copying something does help you go farther in your drawing. For my previous sketchbooks, this is actually a brand new one that I got from a friend, but they, like, as you learn to reference or copy or even just fill in little things, like this is a Spectrum Noir coloring book. I understand that not everybody likes coloring. I mean, I don't do it too much myself, but doing like a copycat of like what they have in here can actually help you vary your style or make it more professional and profound. So let's see, we're gonna draw like this flower here. It doesn't have to be exact, because I understand that like it is printed so it may not be exactly perfect, but it is important that when you're drawing, you kind of go with the lines, like you feel the lines and you don't just continue to kind of ignore them, because they are the key to your drawing, and it's better to keep them close to you as possible. Oh, messed up.
I'll be running through the jungle, I'll be crying with the wolves to get to you, to get to you, get to
you. As you can see, this type of drawing actually took a lot of bolding. Like, the lines were very broad and took a lot of pigmentation to get them to look more or less like the actual picture. So it's important to like not try to do exactly what they did, but try to use the same techniques that you think they used to actually make this, because certain artists are able to make certain types of work, and as you can see here, like, when you are drawing, like, this type of artist had a style that tended to flowers and happened to work very well for this. However, the next book also has flowers, but they're done in a different way, as you can see here. So it's pretty clear. You can always tell if another artist did something, because this is not the same thing as this. So I hope you can recognize that in many other things. I just think it's a really cool thing to actually see in artistry. But yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about is doodling, because like I said before, it can help your skill and your actual structure of doing things. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I am terrible at doodling. Like, I'm not very good at it. So that's why you can either do doodling or a reference, kind of like how I did, because since I'm personally not that good at doodling, I chose to reference something else. So, here is going to be my sad attempt at doodling. So, yeah. See, I kind of tried my hardest with the doodling. I mean, it's not my best work, let's just say that. But the next thing I did want to talk about actually was when you're trying to do something like a big project that's like you want to keep professionally in your sketchbook. So when you're doing so, you want to make it look clean and sleek, correct? So basically, I mean, you can get a light box, to kind of make it look more professional, and then get that piece of paper and like put it in your sketchbook. However, if you don't have one of those, then you can just it would best to get a very good eraser that can cleanly erase everything, or just go over everything in Micron so that like your lines look bolded. So basically, for a professional sketch, actually I already have one like over here, and I did this on marker paper, so that's why it's kind of more transparent, as you can see. But I kind of started this, but I wasn't nearly done yet. So I'm going to finish this up, and you can see the certain techniques that I use to actually keep it more professional. And I will actually do some tutorials on how to do hair and other bases of the body, of the human body, coming soon. So let's get to it. The skin color because I do not actually have the color for that. I'll have to get some. But the reason why I mentioned style for in this video so much is because when you do a pro drawing, you need to actually let your style lead you and flaunt your style, because it's not going to be a great art piece unless it's unique and different from all the others, and everybody's style is unique. So I suggest drifting far away from being normal and be yourself and unique in this special way that can help contribute to greater art pieces than you can ever imagine. So that was all for today's video, and thank you guys so much for watching, and please like and subscribe this video for more artistic content and other content to be coming soon. Thank you.